Friends, this episode is brought to you by Wits End. Do you like trains? Do you like ice cream, but only the chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla kind? Do you need a place to abandon your white children? Then come on down to Wits End, located on the ground floor of an old Victorian mansion built on the strong American foundation of brick, mortar, and the inescapable grasp of a shell corporation's shadow money. Come for the electric trains, stay for the creeping sense of dread that comes whenever you stare upon the no-no door. It calls to me. Something in the deep, burbling and roiling. I have to open it. I have to open the no-no door. Let me open it.
Let me open it!
This week's episode of Wits Endless Summer is brought to you by...
Now we know that the Bible is the true word of God, and because of that, there aren't any mistakes in it. And yet, we still have two almost
If anybody finds this tape, my name is Jimmy. My name is Jimmy. Ain't that the darndest thing? I can't remember my... Why can't I? I've been wandering the hallways for a few days now. I think there's some kind of labyrinth under Wits End. Time seems different down here. My dad's old wristwatch stopped a few hours ago, and that battery was supposed to last 30 years. So, that's not good. I tried to make my way back to the no-no door, but I keep losing my sense of direction. And I think the walls may be shifting. I feel something may be following me. I keep looking over my shoulder, and there's never anything there. Whatever it is, it must breathe when I breathe, and blink when I blink. I can hear its wet mouth smacking. But that's okay. I got God on my side. And as Mr. Whittaker always says, with God's protection, there's nothing for you to... What was that? Oh my gosh, it's you. Ain't you a beautiful sight? Are you lonesome, friend? You look mighty lonesome. Come here and get a nice big hug from your friend Jimmy.
This week's episode of The Worst of All Possible Worlds is brought to you by...
Spencer Barfield door. I done goofed. Got myself trapped behind a secret door found behind a cabinet in the basement. I expected some kind of secret lair, but it's really just a regular room. Some bare shelves, chair, single light bulb hanging over that chair, and this here tape recorder. Tried hollering, but the walls are pretty thick down here. But I'm not too worried. Somebody's bound to notice me missing eventually. They just wouldn't leave old Spencer Barfield to put Spencer Barfield here again. Yeah, I tried to force my way through the door, but wouldn't you know it, a darn cabinet got pushed back into place. Somebody must have heard about through the walls. I hear them, voices whispering, talking about something about a monster. The darndest thing. I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry anymore. Or thirsty. How long have I been down? No. I told you no. I won't open the door. I won't. There's a monster out there. There's a... Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do. Do-do-do. The monster is inside the room. It has so many faces, all of them staring at me, unblinking, black sludge rolling down their cheeks. Is that oil? One of the faces? A boy.
A teenage boy. He's holding a tape recorder, same as the one I got. His arm's contorted and snapped like a twig in a hurricane. He's just smiling
at me. But his eyes are screaming. Who did this to you?
Crack and cocaine. Use them to get high.
Good and hello, listeners. This is Pinky, America's favorite ex-stooge. Do you like cake? Do you like cream puffs that are to die for? Do you get cookies from big chain stores who don't understand your cookie needs? Well, put the cookie down, now! And come on down to Pinky's Patisserie, located off the I-90 between the burnt-down IHOP and that store that sells haunted lamps. The lights won't stop flickering! Pinky's Patisserie crafts cakes that always delight and surprise, all of them based on my own life experience. Try our signature Garrett cake, made with real piano wire. Or why not try our Swiss rolls, made with a real Swiss rolled inside? Or how about a donut? The donut is filled with knives! So come on down to Pinky's Patisserie so I can forget about the last job I did before I retired, when I went on a road trip with my new friend Greg and found out that Greg was also very much into baking, and we talked about Gunther, that's my stepfather Gunther, and how he taught me everything he knows about baking, and Greg said that maybe I should follow my passions instead of just doing the thing that pays the most, you know? And I felt seen. In a way that I hadn't really ever felt seen before, and when I later had my hands around his neck, I didn't feel the satisfaction of a job well done. I just felt nothing. One of the last things Greg said before he died was that he hoped I would open that shop someday, and that he forgave me. But what if I can't forgive me? What if Pinky can't forgive Pinky? So say hasta la vista, baby, to those sweet cravings, and say I'll be back to me, Pinky. As you are leaving Pinky's Patisserie with a cake in the shape of my friend Greg's lifeless eyeballs. Pinky's Patisserie, if you think you know us, you do not.
This week's episode is brought to you by...
John. The doctor said I should record my thoughts into this tape recorder, keep track of my progress, and organize my thoughts. But the truth is, I don't have many of those yet. The room they keep me in is very nice, very gray. The bed is very comfortable. There's a small lamp on my bedside table that I can turn on and off. Play sounds in the morning to wake me up. Sounds of birds, a stream, the forest. I asked the doctor if I'd be able to see them someday in person. The doctor said if it's God's will. I'm not sure who this God person is, but I hope he'll let me. That's I'd like to see the forest. I think I'd really... It hurt. Not like I thought it would. Or before I only had this empty void, I now have memories. The Scottish countryside. A woman I called Mother. Something about a horse? Oh, I'm sorry. It hurts. It hurts to remember so much all at once. But I can remember the forest now. The sunlight shining through the branches, the smell of the earth, the sound of the world holding its breath. I ask the doctor if I will go back there. He shrugs his shoulders and says, if it's God's will. I don't know what's taking him so long to decide, but God, if you'd let me out of here soon, I'd sure appreciate it. Remember war. The smell of bodies. Cooking on hot metal. The sun turning blood red. God, please let me survive this. I'll spend my entire life in your service. Please let me live. Please let me live. Please let me... I feel the bed under my fingertips. In my own little room with my own little bed and my own little lamp. But I'm also there, far away. Surrounded by ocean as far as the eye can see. Not a forest in sight. It's too much. How can you bear it? How can anyone bear all this knowledge, this pain? The doctor says this is what it means to be human. To be alive in the modern world. And I don't want to be human. You hear me? I don't want this. I don't want to see the forest. Just leave me in my little room. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me... I'm staring at myself. A mangled version of myself. Skydiving accident, the doctor says. Attempt 315. But you... He puts his gnarled ancient hand on my shoulder. You shall be the one to win the war. I ask the doctor who I am. He smiles, black sludge oozing from his crooked mouth. You are a soldier, he says. You are my soldier. He leads me up endless stairs, up we climb till we reach a door. The doctor stops me with his hand. Who are you? He asks. My head provides the name, John 3:16. But when I speak, I do not recognize the voice. But I intrinsically know it is mine. I know it is me. My name is John Avery Whittaker, and it always will be.
Jeans. The shirt for your butt.
This week's episode is brought to you by...
It was a beautiful notion, a town rising from the depths of a swamp, We were trying to build something good. It could be a new start, not just for us, but for all God's children. In our hubris, we never bothered to ask what lay beneath the swamp. It was a beautiful notion, and it doomed us all. Horace found it that first day, a hatch in the cellar of the old man's cabin, stone steps leading down to what? It was too dark to be certain, but something called out from the depths, compelled us to descend. I told Horace to go. I made him believe it was his idea, my one skill. He went below and never came back. Rachel told me not to come down here. Said we should leave this place, never look back. But he was my brother. What else could I do? Descending the stairs, I found myself in these endless hallways. Catacombs, yes, but not ones made by human hands. The ceilings are too high, the doorways distorted and misshapen. The very walls seem to breathe in and out. I began plotting a map, trying to find my way to the center of the maze, but the hallways keep shifting. This place has taunted me for so long. When I returned above ground, Rachel was gone. She left a note. This place will be the end of you. And she was right. I found it. The center. I have gazed into the abyss. Horace was there. And now he's here. Both of us are. Forever entwined. We know the truth now. There is no God but us. You are our children, and we must consume you. We are hungry. We must feed. We must feed. We must feed. We must.
Blueberries, the raspberries of blackberries. This week's episode is brought to you by...
It appears to be recording. Good. My name is S.L. Clemens. I am the owner and proprietor of Clemens Cameras in the town of Odyssey. I received a package this morning on my front stoop. No return address. But inside, a Kodak 3A folding pocket camera. I haven't laid eyes on one of these since I was a boy. They stopped manufacturing them years ago. But this one was in pristine condition. No rust, no fungus in the lens, no holes in the bellows. I opened it up and there was film inside. A roll of Eastman Autographic 122, and it hadn't fared as well as the camera. It had aged to the point of hardening. Well, so have I. And it's a miracle that I was able to get it onto the spool. 6 photos on one roll. A handwritten note attached read, "Property of Spencer Barfield." The name didn't ring a bell, but there was something about this camera. It felt warm to the touch, and I know this is going to sound strange. It felt like it was breathing. I will report back once I've begun developing them. I hope that... Let it stand and Rodinol for about an hour. Precautionary, but better safe than sorry. These cameras were special. They allowed a bit of room between each picture to write a little note on the negative. The penmanship is poor, but adequate enough to read. The first 3 photos are fairly standard. A view of a backyard bursting with flowers. My view, 9/6/1923. A photo of downtown Odyssey. Main Street, Odyssey, 9/20/23. Two men clinking soda glasses together. Me and Johnny, 9/22/23. Wow. Mr. Whittaker really is the spitting image of his father. But the final 3 photographs, a door with the caption, "Do not enter," 9/23/23. A stone wall that ends in shadow. First sighting October, 23. I can't read the rest of it. And the last one, unrecoverable. A solid block of midnight black. But the caption reads, "The Beast. I've done everything I can to find some image in this inky black void. But none of my usual tricks have worked. My usual tricks aren't working so much anyway." I'll sleep on it and try again in the... Wait. The negative. It's moving. That's not... There's something inside. It's looking at me and... No. No.
Screens. What your computer needs to live.
Well, salutations, listeners. Lorne Lagorium here, owner and proprietor of Lorne Lagorium's Pop Organ Emporium. Friends, do you like music? Do you like pianos? Do you like pianos but wish it were like there were 3 of those? Then come on down to Lorne Lagorium's Pop Organ Emporium, located on Odyssey's main street between Clemens Cameras and that one old shop we thought was filled with witches. Turns out it was a Michael's. Our organs will blow you away with our low prices and delivery men what can get your fancy new organ to the top of a dang tower. We have lost so many men to towers. So pop into Lorne Lagorium's Pop Organ Emporium today and tell me, Lorne Lagorium, that Lorne Lagorium, that's me, sent ya, as I am currently the only retail employee. Sorry folks, there seems to be somebody making a ruckus in the back room, and considering there's no way into that back room other than through this here door, I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's witches. Just gonna grab my trusty witch bonking bat and... My God, a monster! No, wait, you ain't a monster. I see faces. So many faces. In pain. Great pain. You like music? Well, go on, keep playing. It sounded lovely. Don't be shy, come on. Oh yeah, I think I know this one. Ransom notes keep falling out your mouth. Mid-sweet talk, newspaper word cutouts. Speak no feeling, no, I don't believe you. You don't care a bit, you don't care a bit. Come on! Ransom notes keep falling out your mouth. Mid-sweet talk, newspaper word cutouts. Speak no feeling, no, I don't believe you. You don't care a bit, you don't care a bit. Oh no, you don't care a bit. Oh no, you don't care a bit. 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 Oh, you poor thing. You poor thing. Well, what's your name? Do you have a name? Many names. Horace, Grover, Jimmy, Spencer.
Well, that's a heck of a lot of names. But what should I call you? Do you have a favorite name?
Jerry Whittaker.
Well, Jerry Whittaker, I reckon this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. One more time from the top.
Hey listeners, Josh here. This week's episode is brought to you by the good people at...
Hello? Is this thing working? Hi. My name's Jerry Whittaker. I'm the oldest son of John Avery Whittaker, and my dad asked me to keep what did he call it? An audio log, which is kind of like a journal you speak aloud for his new experiment. He calls it the Room of Consequence. I'm not really sure what it's all about, but if it gets me out of violin lessons, then I am all for it. My brother Jason is jealous, I can tell, but Dad takes Jason up to Lake Michigan to fish all the time, and this can be our thing. Dad barely looks at me most days, but he painted the door red, my favorite color. Said he made this place special for me. He said that it would bring us closer. I think I'd like that. I don't have time. I don't have much time before the next loop, before he notices I'm gone, before I have to go through it all again. My dad threw me into the room, must have been 100 loops ago now. I don't know how long that is, how long they take. Time distends in here to the point of... He said I needed to see the consequences of my actions. He said God demanded a sacrifice, but that he would protect me, keep me safe, help me to make the right choice. It's the same day, over and over again. I'm standing on the shore of Lake Michigan with my brother, Jason. I have a choice, stay or go. Jason begs me to go. What's the use of throwing my life away if I could just get out of there and live? But I decide to stay. Fight. Just like Dad taught me. Jason cries. I hold him, sing Mom's lullaby. I'm not a great singer, but I try. Jason stops crying. I try to look in his eyes, but they're just empty sockets. As he fades into nothing, and the loop begins again. No, please, I'm not ready. Just a bit more time, just a bit more. Just doing what you taught me. I'm just doing what you taught me. You told me to fight. I'm not a great fighter, but I'm fighting. I'm fighting. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? What do you want from... I don't know what's real anymore. Jason talks to me, but he sounds like the thoughts in my head. I don't even think Dad's watching anymore. He's forsaken me. I'm alive, but for what? I ask Jason, what's the point of this? What's the point of making me choose over and over and over again? Point, he says, as his face melts from his skull. Oh, Jerry, there is no point. Nothing matters but the consequences. I hold myself in a ball, pretend to be a kid again. I'm playing the violin. I hear it now so clearly. I'm playing Mom's lullaby. I dance, seek trains and sewing machines. All those years they were here first. Are you real? What are you?
and boy was I satisfied. So use the discount code I'mSoFull, that's IMSOFULL, to get 10% off your first box of Raccoon Erotica today. Raccoon. Gobble this trash.
Hey everybody, AJ here. I had a bit planned for this week involving Jackson Browne and a not insignificant amount of ketamine, but it turns out in the slimy envelope that Brian got with all the episodes in it, there was another envelope addressed to me with a thumb drive in it that was just labeled The Other You. And when I put it into my computer, it was just filled with audio files. Anyway, thought it might be fun to give some of these a listen. This one says 4123.
Hey lads, it's me. Sorry for the voice memo. So, I know I pitched you both on doing this ongoing thing where there'd be all these grisly murders that happened in the Morrison house, and I do like a The Joker Child sketch or whatever, but as I was scanning back through the episode, I came across something weird. It's in the scene where John's talking with the boys, and, well, here, just listen.
And yes, Justin, you're right.
There,
a big clue
right
is
there.
that you two tried to hide it.
Did you hear that? I'm gonna try and boost it a bit.
And yes, Justin, you're right. A big clue is that you two tried to hide it.
What is that? I'm gonna look into it a bit. I'll get back to you. Hey, me again. Turns out that melody, you know, the ba-da-da, it's an old Imogen Heap song, Hide and Seek. It was used on that show, the SDC, you know, the show set in San Diego starring Adrian Brody and Brett McKenzie. God, Gallagher was so good on that show. I would get so wrapped up in the teen drama, I would never see the giant hammer and watermelon coming. Wild. Anyway, the thing that's weird is that Hide and Seek came out in 2005, but this episode of Down Gilead Lane was recorded in 2003, so how the hell did the song show up in the background of What You Say, That You Only Meant Well? Of course you did, what you say. What did you say? Man, it is everywhere once you start looking for it. I can't stop listening to these episodes. It's buried deep in the files, just this song over and over and over again. I know you're both worried about me. I can't say I blame you. Yesterday, I thought I heard something. It's in one of the later seasons. Maybe it's my mind playing tricks on me, but I swear there was a voice whispering, "We were here first. We were here first. We were here first." And then I realized I was saying it too. Destroy these files. Whatever you do not play them, please. I don't know if I can control it. Just destroy. I'm having a hard time remembering what happens between these recordings. It's like going to sleep and waking up again. I remember you both, but I can't picture your faces. Nor do I want to. Zach started speaking to me, directly addressing me, warning me. "Something's coming," he says. "Something buried beneath the Morrison house. A reminder of their sin. Something that will burn away the rot of the world and start again." I think I'd like that. The song loops in my head, something born from the beginning of time. It seeps its way into my brain to the point where I'm not sure where it ends and I begin. Where are we? What the hell is going on? The dust has only just begun to form crop circles in the carpet, sinking feeling. I know you can hear me, the other me in that other world. I have a message for you. They are coming, and their vengeance will be all-consuming. After all, they were here first.
Holy shit. Their version of the OC starred Adrian Brody? He was in The Pianist! Hey everybody, AJ here. Has this ever happened to you? You look in your underwear drawer and you just don't know what to do?
My name is Ben. I am 8 years old. Mr. Whittaker told me and Esther's parents that we needed to be punished, for making assumptions. We thought we'd be working for Mr. Whittaker, mopping floors and stuff, but when we got to Wit's End, he told us he had something else for us in mind. What did he call it? Oh yeah, a special project, just for me and Esther. And we said, golly, And he took us to a red door at the back of the store that I didn't ever remember seeing there before. So I asked Mr. Whittaker, I said, where'd that door come from? And Mr. Whittaker, he looked at me and he said, only the chosen few can see that door, Benjamin. And then he took us down here. It kind of looks like a hospital, but all the doors lock up tight and there aren't any windows and we aren't allowed to see our parents. Mr. Whittaker told us he'd talk to them and they said it was all right. He put Esther in the room next to me. I hear her crying sometimes through the wall, but I tell her it's gonna be all right. Mr. Whittaker loves us. He wouldn't... Esther is very sick. Mr. Whittaker keeps taking her out of her cell to give her medicine, but I don't think it's making her any better. I can hear her crying through the wall, but the last couple days it started to sound like laughing and barking like a dog, but louder and scarier. Mr. Whittaker says not to worry. He brought me a stuffed animal, an elephant. I named him Tiny. Mr. Whittaker says that I'm gonna start my treatment soon, but I just want to see my mom. I just want to go home. Why won't he let me go? Mr. Whittaker said the pain would stop, but it's only gotten worse. Esther? Where are you, Esther? I think something's wrong. I think something's wrong. My nose. Why is my nose?
My name is Tiny, the elephant. I teach little boys and girls how to be good, and to know right from wrong. If I do that, Mr. Whittaker says, none of them will ever end up like me.
So use the discount code OOPSALLUNDIES to get your first free month of other people's underwear delivered right to your door. Their undies. Now their secrets are your secrets. Hello, I am Petey Pounderoga, owner and operator of Petey Pounderoga's Poundtown, Odyssey's premier animal shelter, and as of this July 4th, the exclusive home of Petey Pounderoga's Poundtown Pound Cake. If you are looking to adopt a little furry friend and satisfy that sweet tooth, why not come down to Pounderoga? Hello, I am Petey Pounderoga, owner and operator
Gonna
of
get
Petey
through your own
Pounderoga's
dang
Poundtown,
script.
Odyssey's
You
premier
wrote
animal
it, why
shelter,
can't you
and
just
as of
get
this July
through it?
4th, the exclusive...
What in the world?
Quiet down, you mangy mutts. I said quiet down. Oh, hey, Petey.
Lorne Lagorium, it's 3 in the dang morning. What are you doing here?
I didn't know where else to go.
Bed, Lorne. You should have gone to bed.
Doesn't look like I woke you. You still working on...
The commercial, yeah.
How's it coming?
Oh, great. That's why I'm awake at 3 a.m. Because of how great it's going.
I could help. I've been taking a class at the local college, audio engineering. I'm getting pretty good at it, actually.
No, we agreed. It's not safe for you to come around here. People might...
What?
We can't be drawing attention to ourselves.
Well, that's actually something I wanted to talk to you about.
Lorne?
Yeah?
Did that pipe organ in the back of your truck just move?
Don't be mad.
I feel like I'm gonna be. Okay. What in the name of God?
Shh! You'll scare him. It's okay. Here, ransom notes keep falling out your mouth. Mid-sweet talk, newspaper word cutouts. Here we go, that's right. It's okay.
Lorne, what is that thing?
Well, he's got a lot of names, but he says...
He says? That thing talks?
Yes, and he says he prefers to be called Jerry Whittaker.
Jerry Whittaker? But that's not... Jerry Whittaker died in the war. Oh, God, what did that sick bastard do to him?
I don't know. I gotta think. Get everybody together. I plan our next move, but for now, he needs a place to stay.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
I don't have the facilities, and besides, you're so good with animals.
That's not an animal, that's a goddamn abomination.
He ain't no more an abomination than that dog you foisted on the Barclays.
I didn't foist anything. I'm not a foister.
Look, I know it's a big ask, but I need this, Petey. Jerry needs our help, and I think we're the only ones who can help him. Please.
What does this thing eat, anyway?
Meat. Rarer the better. He also really liked your pound cake.
Well, I guess he can't be all bad. It's not gonna, get the tummy rumblings only a Petey can satisfy.
I'll teach you the song. He just needs a lullaby to go to sleep. Like somebody else I know.
All right, fine.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Lorne, take the long way around, okay?
Well, what about the truck?
I'll push it some ways up the road. You say it broke down.
I had to walk home. The old car repair gambit, I remember. Well, good night, Petey.
Good night.
Hey, Petey. Every morning I wake up and you're not there. It feels like a part of me ain't there too. I know we all say we're taking Whittaker down for the sake of the town, but I'm not. I'm doing it for you. For us. I just thought you should know that.
Thank you, Lorne. That means, thank you. Oh, no! All right. Let's get you inside then, I suppose. Welcome home, Jerry Whittaker. Welcome home. Come on, pick up, come on.
Big Bargain Bill's Car Barn. We take your used cars out to pasture. This is Big Bargain Bill. How may I help you?
Yes, hello. Is this Mr. Bill?
Please, no need for formalities. Call me Big Bill. Good enough for a U.S. president. It's sure as heck good enough for me.
Sure, okay. Big Bill?
None bigger. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
My name's Lorne Lagorium, sir.
Lorne Lagorium. Whew, I like that. Got that alliteration in there. That's fun.
Oh, thank you.
So what can I do for you today, Mr. Lorne Lagorium?
Well, sir, I was wondering if I could speak to you about Whit's End.
I'm sorry?
Whit's End. According to the payroll, you worked there briefly in the early 1980s, and I was wondering if you...
Who is this?
Well, I told you, sir, I'm Lorne Lagorium. You said you liked my alliteration.
Don't you ever call back here, you understand? Don't you ever call back.
Shit, dang it all. Shit.
Big Bargain Bill's Car Barn.
Hello, I am a very important businessman, and I'm fibbing. It's Lorne Lagorium again, sir. I am so sorry. Stupid Lorne, come on. Big Bill, please don't hang up.
You got some nerve, you know that? Calling me at my place of business is bad enough, but you send that lapdog Bernard thousands of miles to what? To threaten me?
I didn't send anybody.
I gave up that life a long time ago. I gave you everything you wanted, and now I would very much like to be left alone.
Wait, please, Big Bill,
Good day to you.
I know where your brother is.
What did you say?
Your name is Bill Barfield, right? Your brother's name was Spencer Barfield, and he was a janitor at the Fillmore Recreation Center until the late 40s when he mysteriously disappeared. And
how the hell did you...
We found a tape, a small cassette tape in Whit's End. It must have been recorded sometime around 1986. And
Spencer's been dead for 40-odd years. How dare you? What kind of low-life scum-sucking...
Leave old Spencer Barfield. Spencer Barfield here again. I tried to force my way through the door, but wouldn't you know it? A darn cabinet got pushed back into place.
That's impossible.
Mr. Barfield, I know this might come as a shock.
No, it's nice. It's nice to hear his voice. I almost forgotten what he sounded like. You said you know where he is?
Well, yes, well, kinda. I think we can get to him, but we need to get into the basement of Whit's End. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, my God, you really aren't with Whittaker, are you?
What makes you say that?
Well, my boy, I think I can get you into the basement of Whit's End. After all, I built the dang thing.
That's right, Odyssey. Don't touch that dial because you're tuned in to Grievin Sully's Midnight Rodeo, bringing you the wildest hits from 1953 to 1962 every day from 1 to 5 a.m. A schedule that has ruined my sleep and, hey, probably yours too. I am, of course, your dude with the dude, Grievin Sully, and uh-oh, what's that sound? Sounds like somebody let the bull out. No bull. That's right, my little chickadees. It's time again for everybody's favorite segment, No Bull. The part of the show where you call in and tell old Grievin Steven your unfiltered thoughts. No judgments here. If you've got thoughts, I want to hear them. So giddy up, little broncos, because the phones are lighting up. Go ahead, first caller. You're on with Grievin Sully.
I think my mailman might be a ghost.
Well, he probably isn't, but if he is, uh-oh. Next caller. Hello, you're on with Grievin Sully.
Can you hear it?
Can I hear what, caller?
The song.
Okay, that's enough of that. Folks, we appreciate real phone calls here, please and thank you. Go ahead, caller. You're on with Grievin Sully. Hello? Hello, you're on with Grievin Sully.
Brother killer.
What did you say?
Brother killer.
Well, that was certainly... You see, the thing is... No, you know what? I want you all to hear this. When I was 16 years old, my brother Jimmy disappeared. He went to school, he went to work at Whit's End, and then he never came home. He used to do this thing where whenever he came home from work, he'd bring me a little something from the shop, some dumb little wrapped candy like a caramel or those little red gobstopper things that tasted like cinnamon. Gosh dang, I love those things. And he'd always play this game where he'd pretend he didn't have them, didn't know what I was talking about, until I would give up asking, and then he'd throw them at my head, call me a name, and run up the stairs to barricade himself in his room. It hurt, but... You know, we really didn't know how to say I love you. In my family, still don't. So when he'd do that, I knew, see, that was just his way of, you know, of saying, And when the cops came to the door, hats in hand, I knew. Because you know, the air around you shifts, becomes almost impossible to breathe, imbued with seemingly the totality of Earth, just trying to work its way into your lungs, into your mind, and everything fades but one penetrating, all-pervasive thought. Your brother isn't coming home. Not now. Not ever. He's just... gone. I may have gotten a bit angry, and I may have said some things that I regret, but I didn't kill my brother.
because my brother isn't dead. He's out there somewhere, and someday he's gonna walk through that door, call me a jerk, and throw a caramel at my head. I believe that. I just wish somebody else would believe it too. Oh, looks like we got another caller. Hello, you're on for Grievin Stevens Therapy Hour. You want to call me a murderer too?
Oh, not really, no. Stephen, this is Lorne Lagorium.
Of the world-famous pipe organ Emporium. What can I do for you, Lorne?
I just wanted to say, I'm so sorry. And for whatever it's worth, I believe you.
You do?
I do, yeah. And I think we should talk.
Guten hello, listeners. It is me, Pinky, former bodyguard of Dr. Regis Blackguard, child psychologist, and current member of the greatest European organization that the British are not currently trying to escape, the European Security Agency, or ESA. Have you ever found yourself thinking, I love having my privacy violated, but wish could be decidedly more European? Then have I got an organization for you? ESA does everything to keep the citizens of Europe safe. We listen to your phone calls. So join the ranks as a proud members of ESA and stop terrorists from countries that sounds like we just kind of made up in order to instill fear on the hearts of European children everywhere. You will be making a difference, not just in the lives of the children you frightened, but also in your own. Listeners, if I may speak from the heart, things were not great for Pinky for a long time. After a brief existential crisis caused by choking my good friend Greg to death, I went on a personal journey of self-discovery. Pinky ate, Pinky prayed, Pinky loved. But throughout my many religious fuck travels, I didn't feel like I was getting any closer to myself. Truthfully, it felt like Pinky was running away from Pinky. I joined ESA because I wanted to help as a people and leave this world better than I found it. But more and more lately, it feels like I'm making things worse. Every day, I listen to all of your weird Alexa orders for anal beads and pineapple Fanta. But I'm slowly coming to the realization that all of that might actually be detrimental to the world. And to my slowly crumbling mental health. I am an emotional landmine about to burst. You are tearing me apart, ESA! Pardon me, listeners. It appears there's someone rapping on my chamber door. Good and hello? Darkness here and nothing more. Oh! And also a telegram. I know what you have done. Stop. And I know the pain you feel in your heart. Stop. If you want to change the world, stop. Come to the town of Odyssey, Ohio. Stop. Lorne Lagorium. P.S. Tell no one. Who the fuck is no one?
Have you or someone you loved been harmed by the owners of Wits End? You may be entitled to financial compensation. Call the law firm of Weasel Wise Weasel at 1-800.
Another right. Left. Hug the wall until you feel it stop entirely. Double back 3 paces. Find the archway. 3 notches on the right side and then...
Oh! Ew! No!
Who's there?
It's okay. I just dropped my flashlight in the, I want to say poop water? Yeah, ooh, that's definitely poop water.
Who are you? What are you doing down here?
Well, I could ask you the same thing. Though by the looks of it, you made quite the home for yourself down here. I don't know how you do it. Living in a sewer? I need to see the sun every once in a while or I'd be liable to jump right out of my skin. Oh. Hey now, no need for that. Dang it, Lorne Lagorium, why can't you keep your big mouth? Let's just put the bat down and we'll...
Did they send you? The ones on the radio? You know, Whittaker's people?
Ain't nobody sent me except myself. I'm a friend. Cross my heart, hope to die.
Don't have any friends. Don't want any either. So I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Now?
Look, I'm sorry. I think we got off on the wrong foot here, but I think we can help each other. I can't be all that nice living in, sewage.
Oh, I have my reasons. It's amazing the things you can get used to with enough time. Now, please, leave me to my work.
Those are quite the braces you have there. Are those red, white, and blue bands?
3 lefts. Imagine a forest made of nothing but stone.
I knew a kid who had those once, older than me by a few years. Moved to Florida, everyone said. Worked in a laundromat, if you can believe that.
Sometimes a lab, sometimes a cell, sometimes an antique parlor room.
Kid by the name of Lawrence Hodges.
But always the whispers, always the dark, always the cold, damp.
Lawrence. What did they do to you?
There were 9 of us. The chosen, he called us. Made us feel special. Like we were fulfilling God's will. Like we were champions of the faith. But that's not what we were. I know that now. We were food. Mincemeat for the beast. I wandered for days, I think. Hard to tell. It was darkness unending, feeling my way forward, hearing the cold scraping of metal on metal behind me. Always getting a little closer with each and every step. I ran and ran and ran until finally I emerged deep in the woods. I waited outside the tunnel for the others. Nobody ever came. But they're down there. I know they are. They have to be.
These drawings, they're the maze, yeah?
It's never the same twice, but aspects persist. There's always a lab, always a parlor.
And what's here, at the center of it all?
The whispers call it the source. I've gotten close, but it always eludes me. I think that's where they are. The rest of them.
Your friends?
Yes.
Lawrence, let us help you. Get your friends back. Put a stop to those who did this to you once and for all.
I can slip in and out undetected, but the path is treacherous, unforgiving. It would be an incredibly difficult journey even if you weren't being hunted.
And who exactly would be hunting us down there?
Oh, the maze holds many secrets. The beast, yes, but he's not the worst of it. No. No. Right, left, double back will get you.
Right, but who's they? Lawrence, look at me. Who's they?
The keepers of the maze. I know you've heard them. They whisper on the radio, send messages directly into your subconscious. Listen.
I don't...
Listen.
What is that?
They call themselves the Lotus Eaters, and they won't stop until they devour us all.
Yeah, what's poppin', home listeners? Town rapscallion and little stinker, Butch Evans here. Are you tired of dealing with the doldrums of modern society? Does the idea of a suit and tie make you want to blow chunks? You ever find yourself staring into the middle distance saying, boy howdy, I sure could use a good pounding? Then get your bony butt down to the abandoned Rack's roast beef near Gower's Field and join the Bones of Wrath today. Voted Odyssey's #1 gang of roving street children since 1987. The Bones of Wrath ain't just a bunch of disaffected youths aged 6 to 16. We're also a community-minded organization with a focus on sustainable living, equity for all, and giving the dweebs of Odyssey a one-way ticket to Poundtown. We do all sorts of community outreach, poundins, pranks, and prank poundins. So join the Bones of Wrath today and take part in our initiation ceremony, where we take you to the Odyssey Cemetery for some light grave robbing. Can't join the Bones of Wrath without stealing some bones. Come to think of it, there have been a bunch more graves up there lately. Fresh ones too, Rodney said. I asked him how he knew, and he said, trust me, my dad knows graves. No markers or anything. No rhyme or reason, just mound after mound of upturned earth. So we dig one of them up, get our hands on some sweet, sweet bones. And what's weird was the body, or corpse, or whatever, it didn't have no face, just a mouth. This huge gaping mouth, filled ear to ear with too many teeth. And Rodney and I, we were like, what the heck, right? So's we digs up another graves, and this corpse don't have no face neither, just that same mouth again. So's we dig up another, a face full of ears, another, a face full of nostrils, another, a face overflowing with dull, lifeless eyes. So I sits on the grass and I says to Rodney, I says, what is all this? And Rodney looks at me and says, you kidding me? It's a freaking gold mine. What are teeth but the bones of the face? But I'm not so sure. I think maybe something bad's going on over there, and I'm gonna figure it out. Or my name ain't... Who's there? I said, who's there? I warn you, I got cherry bombs. Ah!
Ah! Oh, please don't break me. I have a weak heart.
Lorne Lagorium? What's a goody two-shoes like you doing at Bones of Wrath HQ?
Looking for you. Well, not you explicitly, but
out
like
with
someone
it,
like you.
dweeb, before I start pounding.
I hear you know how to blow stuff up.
Maybe. Have been known to dabble in cherry bombs from time to time. Vitalizer when the mood strikes me. Who wants to know?
Me, obviously. And my friends. We need a lot of firepower and
Whoa,
fast.
whoa there, champ. Pump the brakes a bit. What exactly are you looking to blow up?
I can't tell you that, but let's just say that if we pull it off, it'll be the greatest prank this town's ever seen.
Oh, ooh, a prank, you say? Well, you have definitely piqued my interest. Okay, Lorne Lagorium, let's get to work.
Come on, it's gotta be here. Wait, yes,
On the
there
third
it is,
day,
there it is.
a voice came from the deep. It spoke of a
Dang it.
book, the great
Kingdom
tome
for a pen.
that would burn away
here it
the
is.
flesh of man. And when we
something
asked
about it.
what tome this was, the voice answered back,
Come back later!
Sorry to disturb.
No, sorry, my fault.
Only the sign did say you were open.
Just a bit jumpy tonight, I guess.
And it is a frightfully cold night out there.
No, of course. Welcome to Lorne Lagorium's Pop Organ Emporium. I'm Lorne Lagorium, owner and proprietor of Lorne Lagorium's Pop Organ Emporium. Please let me know if I can help you find anything.
Mighty kind of you, thanks. Heard tell you were having a Christmas sale, that true?
Huh? Oh, yeah, 70% off all reed organs.
70%? That's a mighty big discount, friend. Business that bad?
Not many people in the market for an organ these days.
Shame. They are beautiful instruments. Particular, but beautiful. Well, I'll be.
Ah, yes. Old Woody. You've got a good eye. Don't really see many wooden organs around anymore. That thing's an antique.
I'll say. They really don't make them like they used to. May I?
Oh, well, we usually don't let customers play the older models.
I'll be gentle. I promise.
All right, but don't tell the guy who owns the place. He could be a real stickler.
Your secret's safe with me. It's the darndest thing. When I was growing up, my church had an organ almost exactly like this one.
Oh, yeah?
Even has the same smell. That polish. The kind that gets in your nose and sticks there. Every Sunday, I'd go to church with my mother, and I'd sit in the pews, and I'd listen to Rebecca Begbie bang away on the keys and clang out, Be Thou My Vision, and See How Eden's Children Fell. Always off-tempo, almost unrecognizable, the way she would mash notes together like a thoughtless child. See, even then I knew an affront to God when I saw one, and I knew that every Sunday when Rebecca Begbie would sit in front of the congregation and slam the pedals with her enormous boots, I knew that God was angry. I could feel it in my bones, this pulsating hate so strong that I knew the only thing it could be was God. So I did what he asked of me, and the very next Sunday I snuck into the church and hammered nails into the pedals of the organ, so that when Rebecca Begbie took to her chair to make a mockery of my God and carelessly slammed her foot down into the pedals, the nails were there to greet her. The noise she made, the agony of it, I knew it reached my God, and I knew that he was pleased.
Who are you?
My name is John. Or I suppose more specifically, John 3:18. The 318th to wear this face. Shame about 317, he did have such a wonderful voice. But these bodies age so quickly. What are you going to do?
That's impossible. Whittaker's gone, off on some pilgrimage,
You know your Bible, Mr. Lagorium? People love to think their God is a loving one. John made sure of that. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son. You know the rest. And yet, not 2 lines later, John says, "Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already." And that, Mr. Lagorium, that is my God, and he's bade me come and give you a warning.
A warning?
If you do what we think you are planning to do, you and your adorable little social club, then the next time you see me, it will not be a cordial visit. On the contrary, I will track you down, and one by one, rip the bones from your body. I will find every person you've ever loved and grind them into dust. I will make you a non-entity and erase you entirely from this earth. Is that understood?
Yeah, I think we understand each other just fine.
Splendid. Well, better be getting back home. This body has some aging to do, or people might start catching on. Oh, and, Merry Christmas, Lorne Lagorium. May God bless you and keep you close. Where are we? What the heck?
Lord. Petey Pounderoga, do not sneak up on me like that.
Sorry. He gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Thought he'd never leave. Sanctimonious little shit, isn't he? What do you want to do? Do we call it off?
No. We stick to the plan. Delay it a bit, make him think he's got us beat. And then? Then, my love, we do what we were born to do. We blow that motherfucker up.